old.
You guys good? Well, Tatiana right here outside. Congratulations on the victory. We saw the emotion after the performance, after the referee pulled you off. So I guess just now that maybe you've come down a bit, just overall thoughts on the fight and kind of reflect on, why you felt so emotional in there after that win.
I think with every fight camp, I train so hard, and I think it's this relief thing, because we train so hard and we give everything we have every single day to the point where I think I'm sick every day. I'm like, am I dying? Because I heard they're like, no, I think you're just working a little too hard and not recovering. So for me, I think, because I work so hard, I'm just relieved that, I accomplished what I set out to accomplish.
And did the fight play out as you and your team game planned? Because it seems like she had some success in the first round, and then coming into that second round, you adjusted, got the finish. So that first round compared to second round, I guess, what was the adjustments, and I guess what was the game plan compared to what actually was out there?
Well, the first round, I just didn't really see the shot, so I was able. But then once, we actually started wrestling, I took her down, and I was on top for quite a while, And once I knew that I could take her down and hold her there, which I feel like I can do that to many people, everything was easier because I already knew that I could do that. So I knew that I'd make the adjustments and I'd get her back. And I actually this is very weird, I actually told my coach, I said, I don't know why, but I feel like she's not good on the back, and I think I can get her back, and I think I can get her out of there. I felt this very strongly before my fight, and no one's put her there except for Verna, But Verna, she stood up with Verna on her back, But she wasn't able to do that with me because of how I took the back, and I knew that I would make it that way so that she couldn't stand up with me on her back, because it's a lot harder to get a rear naked choke when they're standing and your legs get tired as opposed to me having her back on the ground.
And I think, a lot of people label you, the best wrestler in this division. Loopy obviously has that background too, her and her sister. So when you were in scrambles in there, what did it feel like against her?
Oh, I love when someone wrestles with me. I'm like, this is I don't know, I love it. I get so excited. It's crazy because I actually don't even wrestle that much during my camps. And when I do, I'm like, wow, I forgot how much I really love this sport of wrestling. So the reason why I don't wrestle so much is because, I've had neck injuries and stuff like that. So I try not to go too crazy so that I make it to the fight healthy. But yeah, I love wrestling, and I knew that there is no way that she could out-scramble me. I knew that I would be able to take her down, and I knew that she would not get up.
And I guess, what do you think should be next for you? Because Mackenzie Dern's talked about you before, after her last win. She goes, I would love to defend against Tatiana. We still don't know if Weili's staying at flyweight or coming back down. It seems to be you or either giving Weili the shot at Mackenzie. So I guess, what do you think should be next?
Yeah, I guess it just depends on Weili. I heard that she was going back down to 115, but I will gladly go fight Mackenzie for that belt.
When would you like to fight again?
Whenever the UFC makes those decisions. I just go in there, and when they tell me this is the time of the day, I show up, or time, day, and opponent. And yeah, I just show up.
And just last one for me, a little bit of a strange one, but I ran into your mom in the lobby of the hotel yesterday. She's staying at a different hotel than the fighter one, but she came up to us, and she was just so thrilled to be here in Fight Week, and she was just so excited to watch you fight. So I guess, how important is it to not just have her, but family, friends in attendance to watch you perform?
I feel extremely blessed to have the support system that I do, because, I've run into people that actually don't have that, So I feel very, very fortunate to have a family that's always been there, supported me throughout all of my dreams. This is a crazy sport. My mom has to sit there and watch me, and every time she's like, just don't get hit, Tatiana. So, I'm like, okay, I'll try my very best. But yeah, I'm really happy that I can make her proud, because, my mom has worked so hard, her whole life to give us this life and the opportunities that we've been able to make for ourselves.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tatiana, over here. After everything you've been through with your injuries and time away, if this win puts you one step closer to the title, how does it feel to prove again that you belong at the very top of the division?
You know, it wouldn't be my story if I had, you know, done it the first time, you know, because I feel like I have had so many injuries, and, you know, I would have loved to win the title undefeated, but, you know, I feel like losing and then coming back and winning the title would be such an amazing story. And, you know, I am super excited that I get to live this dream and do what I love. It's really weird because coming out here and doing everything, I always get so nervous before all of my fights, and then when I go in there, I feel at peace, and I'm like, how is it that I feel the most comfortable in the cage? So that's good. But yeah, I'm just very fortunate to be able to do this.
Thank you so much.
Tatiana, were you hurt early in the fight? It was hard to tell from the broadcast, but I know Loopy connected, and then you guys kind of went on the ground.
Yeah, I think like I don't know what happened. Like I don't know. I don't think I was hurt, but people always say that and they were hurt. So I just don't know. I think maybe I was throwing, I don't know, you guys were watching it and I'd have to watch it again. But I just know that I fell and then like she was like behind me, you know? So I don't know. I couldn't say.
All good, all good. And is the goal to win the title, or is it also because you only have one loss, would it be special to get that back from Weili, or do you not care about that? It's just about the belt.
So obviously I want to get the belt regardless of who it is, but I do want to fight Weili again. I do think that it would be a different outcome. I know, you know, by the way it looked, people don't think that, but I believe it 100%. I had such an amazing camp. It wasn't the camp. It was nothing like that. I think, you know, I just kind of went into panic mode and I wasn't using my, you know, my skills and my brain. And that's very, very important when you're out there. You can be the best fighter, but if you're not mentally checked in, you can look like you're not the best fighter. So I look forward to making those adjustments and becoming a world champion.
We don't have 100% confirmation if she's going to drop back down, but if she does, do you think you deserve the shot at Mackenzie before her?
You know, I think with a really good finish, you know, I think that does put me in the talks. I don't make those decisions. I just go in there and fight, and, you know, whatever they give me, I'm going to be ready for my next opponent.
And lastly, do you see Mackenzie Dern as a tougher matchup than Weili, or how do you kind of size both of them up?
I think they're both great fighters. You know, I think, you know, Mackenzie's only getting better every single fight. And, you know, she's a great competitor, and I look forward to fighting both of them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you view Weili as like the actual champion? Because some fans kind of still label, like they view her as the #1 fighter at this weight class because she never technically lost the belt.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's, you know, the champion, but she, you know, she did give it up. But I think, isn't that what they're considered, or is she just no longer? Because they don't do the interims anymore, so no. But I mean, yeah, I think because she didn't actually lose her belt, she is a champion. But, you know, that's all technical stuff.
Tatiana right here. So you got hit with that right hand early, and you know she stayed on top of you for a bit. But as soon as you got on top, it felt like you kind of just took over the fight, took over the control with your wrestling.
Yeah.
How did it feel to take over the fight and then become the first person to finish Loopy Godinez in the UFC?
It felt amazing, honestly. Just because, you know, with every fight, I always aim to finish a fight. And I really did feel like I was on autopilot out there. And that is a true testament to how much work I put in the room. I mean, my coaches, they're never asking me, hey, Tatiana, where are you? They're more like, let's shove her out the door because she's doing a little too much and she's not recovering. So, you know, I think that really speaks volumes in terms of like how dedicated I am to the sport.
So you just entered your 10th year in the UFC. You came into the UFC off of a rear naked choke win on The Ultimate Fighter. Now here you are getting a rear naked choke win on a pay-per-view. Just what have these 10 years been like, and just how much do you appreciate all the ups and downs and everything that's gotten you to this point?
So my Ultimate Fighter, I actually got a Darth, but I did submit an Alexa Grasso with a rear naked choke. But yes, very. I mean, kind of similar a little bit. But what was the question? Sorry.
Just how does it feel to be in the UFC for 10 years and just
Oh.
all the ups and downs and everything?
Yeah, it feels amazing to be here. Obviously, this is the best organization in the world, the biggest. Everybody's watching it. I'm just, very fortunate to be living out my dream. This is something I really enjoy doing. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here, honestly.
So this was your 9th UFC win. You have 6 finishes in those wins. I know people will say grappling's not exciting, wrestling's not exciting, but you make it more exciting. Do you feel like you're one of the more entertaining women at 115 pounds?
I mean, yeah, I think that's, depends on if you like grappling or not. Some people don't like grappling. I honestly love grappling. So I would say, I would like to watch me fight, but that's, that's up to you guys.
Just wanted to also say sorry for the loss of your brother.
Thank you.
Tatiana, right here. I have 2 hypotheticals for you. The first one, and not to be repetitive, but if it is Weili versus Mackenzie next, who do you think takes that? How does that fight look?
I think it would be a very entertaining fight, but I do think that maybe Weili would get it done. I don't really like to say, but I do think she can, I think it just depends on, Weili's preparation for the fight. She always prepares. She's such a workhorse, too. So I think more so like game planning and stuff like that. But, I think she could definitely get it done.
And then lastly, but for now, a hypothetical maybe does come true soon. You and Mackenzie Dern. Is that fight as simple as, BJJ versus wrestling, or is there more to it?
I mean, I don't just wrestle, I'm a grappler. So I do all types of submissions, So I have Doris, I have rear naked chokes, I have all types of submissions. So I would say it'd be grappler versus grappler, but she also likes to stand up and bang. We've all seen her fight, and she really does. So, and I'm starting to get better and more comfortable on my feet. So, I think it would be, well-rounded fight. Thank you.
Tatiana, sorry to hear about your brother. Was that the brother that got you into wrestling in the first place?
No, this is so he's my brother in Christ, Lennon. Okay. Yeah, he's not my blood brother, but he's my brother in Christ. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.